Hello, I'm Jay Nickel from Nickel Investigations, and this is Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast, Special Edition. Mental check, like it or not. Alleged serial killer ordered into test. The accused serial killer refused to speak to the psychiatrist in mental health court. Sabrina Kauldhar appeared in the prisoner's box in a lumpy parka, her hair covered as it's been in previous court appearances, in a black nylon do-rag, her face a black canvas, while all around her so many concerned people in the courtroom discussed the next steps for a woman accused of the shocking murders of 3 people in 3 days, 2 of them complete strangers. Last week, her proposed defense team, they're still awaiting a legal aid certificate, first broached this need for a psychiatric assessment to see if she is fit to stand trial. But in court, Sharif Foda explained that his client doesn't want them to proceed with the application. It was obvious, though, that he and co-counsel Rick Frank believed it was necessary. Mr. Frank and myself have some fitness concerns, Foda reiterated. After reading the application, Ontario Court Judge Edward Kelly agreed to have the 30-year-old assessed by the doctor assigned to the court that day. There are reasonable grounds to doubt the fitness of the accused at this point, he said. When all the parties returned a few hours later, Kelly was told Kauldhar refused to meet with a physician. So the judge has now ordered her to be taken on November 20th to the brief assessment unit at the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. Do you understand? Kelly asked. No, was her only reply. Kauldhar was arrested in Burlington on October 3rd after police alleged their investigations had linked her to the slayings of 3 people over 3 days in Toronto, Hamilton, and Niagara Falls. This killing spree allegedly began October 1st when Toronto police were called to a basement apartment on Keele Street in the Junction and found the body of 66-year-old Trin Tai Vu with signs of physical trauma. Investigators said the dead woman was known to Kauldhar. They believe her next 2 alleged victims were not. On October 2nd, emergency responders were called to a disturbance at John Allen Park in Niagara Falls. Lance Cunningham, a 47-year-old chef at the Falls View Casino, had gone to take his dogs for a walk before picking his daughter up from school. Loving father who adored the Pittsburgh Steelers, hiking, and his wife of 16 years, was found with critical wounds and died at the scene. The following day, at about 12:26 p.m., Hamilton police received a 911 call requesting an ambulance for a man found stabbed in a parking lot. Mario Billich, a 77-year-old retired teacher, was rushed to hospital where he died. Security footage showed he was followed by a woman after leaving his daily visit to a Sicilian social club. Niagara police said that when the suspect description matched in both cases, investigators tied Billich's death in Hamilton, Cunningham's in Niagara Falls, and then to the Toronto case. Kauldhar is charged with first-degree murder in Billich's death, second-degree murder in the Toronto Niagara investigations. Friends who remember her from growing up in Barrie recall the smart daughter of 2 dentists, figure skated and played hockey when she was younger, and went on to attend the University of Waterloo, and then began a downward spiral. In 2019, she was charged with assault and breaching probation in Sault Ste. Marie after allegedly walking up to a vehicle near her home and punching the passenger. She has a legitimate diagnosed mental illness, one poster wrote on Reddit. She cut off contact years ago with her family and refused to take her medication. Her family tried as hard as they could to try to help her get on the right path and to get her the help she's needed. There's only so much she can do after one becomes an adult. Kauldhar returns to court in Toronto on November 6th. Thank you for listening. This has been Ontario Cold Cases, Canada's True Crime Podcast. Available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.